solution. It's going to be the same budget like last year, a budget of 48 trillion shilling. 32 trillion shilling is going to be for salaries, allowances, and fuel and newspaper, special meals, seminars.
For many people,
32,
including and not limited to you as a member of parliament.
32 trillion shilling. In that budget, you have 5 trillion shilling, which is interest payment.
On loans.
You have 2.5 trillion shilling payment of loans that annual payment that loans that you picked from the international lenders. So what they call the discretionary money that government can use to do some work is less than a quarter of the total budget. So there is going to be no solution. Even the things that Museveni speaks about that is a longer term. I don't think that budget of 75% that you're going to consume is the one that is going to finance the major infrastructure that's going to turn around people's lives. So really, the sentiment was the same as last year. Museveni complaining against himself, because you can't be a president and you are calling with everybody and also blaming everybody except himself, starting with the 6th parliament. They delayed the AES in higher power. We have discussed that many times, that in that agreement that Museveni wanted to, because you see, with Museveni you have to restrain him. If you don't, you are in trouble. He was guaranteeing the water levels in Lake Victoria in that agreement with the AES and higher power. That was one of the clauses, that for them to produce so many megawatts, they will need the same volume of water, and therefore Uganda must guarantee the water levels in Lake Victoria. And Museveni was about to sign. So the Kazoras were in the 6th parliament said, please, you can't commit a country to guaranteeing water levels. This agreement you can't sign. He's still quarreling so many years later. The agreement with Aga Khan, you remember that investment was supposed to cost less than $1 billion. It ended up costing more than that. Not so long ago, Museveni was saying, no, we need now to negotiate and maybe buy out Aga Khan. This budget that is going to be read, we are going to pay taxes on behalf of Jagari worth about 60 billion shilling every year. And we are told that I don't have verified information, that the profit that Aga Khan makes every year is more than $100 million. But someone who is making more than $100 million, you are meeting statutory obligation on his behalf worth 60 billion shilling. And these are the agreements that Mr. Museveni keeps signing. So if you don't restrain him, if you don't make enough noise to stop him from committing you are in trouble. And Abdu was one of those who made a lot of noise about oil. That if you allow this guy to continue the way he was continuing, even that oil was never going to benefit the country. So you had the president complaining against himself, blaming everybody, and giving no hope, except he said it's longer term. I am thinking about the future, so there will not be
present
subsidies, no suspension of taxes, no reduction, like almost everybody else has done in the world except him, because I don't know why he wants to be unique, even when you shouldn't. That me, I'm not making this.
That's what possibly makes him tick. Now, he did wax quite lyrical around the question.
Like a tick. On the car.
Tick like that Nike sign, you can do it. He talked about oil.
Yeah.
And you know that we have every day been moving an inch closer. And that's perhaps why we invited our dear friend Ali Sekatawa to have a conversation with us, especially after that huge, what should have been otherwise a bottleneck, the FID, the final investment decision, which then opened the country to start minting the benefits from this sector even before the first drop of oil is out of the ground. So, Ali, we've been told that now Ugandan companies have prepared themselves just in time to make sure that they are part of what's going to be a ripple effect of the opportunities, the knowledge transfer, and everything in between, are now running all over the place, cleaning up their locations, and now waiting for the money to start flowing in. How true is that, and how much of this opportunity is actually coming to indigenous persons and organizations, or companies for that matter?
Okay. Thank you, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to come and explain with this great panel and the gangsters. First, I would like to state that this year for us as Ugandans, I think there are two very major events that happened. One is the FID, which was 1st February 2022,